I think this one would be very, very nice. The real reason men play video games. Let it sink in by Sidescrollers channel. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's enjoy it.
And there's been a lot of talk, and I think the next few stories are all going to
Should
kind
be
of
very
run together.
interesting.
So if you guys are thinking about bowing out, stay with us a little bit longer because they do directly tie in and they actually directly affect
they sponsor
you
Rumble.
as a dude. There's been a lot of talk about men in general and kind of the feminization and the lack of masculinity when it comes to men. And a lot of times video games are at the brunt of the argument. They say, oh, look at these idiots playing video games. Oh, video games. All guys want to do is play video games. I saw this clip. Now, this is from a pastor of all places, where he's on stage preaching to his congregation about why he likes video games. I just want to watch the first half because I think there's a lot of really profound things that he says in this that I think a lot of men can really relate to. So let's go and pull that up really quick, Blabs, and see what we got here. Go ahead, Phoenix.
You know why men love playing video?
Yeah, go and let it play.
Video games, though.
It's interesting that the guy's talking this right there, and they're just two men and 1, 2, 3 with me reacting 4, and the other one with her 5 women like watching this. Yeah.
Because I love going where I'm celebrated, not where I'm tolerated. And when I do good on the game,
wow,
I get
that's strong.
an unlocked screen, I get achievements, I get leveled up, I'm the man in the game. So I'm gonna go here. At my job, I go to my job, I'm not good enough. Every time my wife asks me to do something, it's not good enough. I check on my friends, it's not good enough. So I'm gonna go to the one place that every single, I'm celebrated here. And I know men aren't perfect. I know I should find.
That's good. But I thought the premise of
Wow, that's strong and sad at the same time. Like, wow, that hits hard. That hits hard.
this, I think a lot of guys can really relate to this idea of like, you know, over the past 5 years, we've been told all of society's problems stem from men. Men, it's your problems that are constantly getting beaten down, and which is why you see this younger generation who is like the 20-somethings right now. They've been told since they've been 15, 16 years old when they were in high school that they're the problem, right? And to a larger extent, this guy's obviously a little bit older. He's telling, I think, how a lot of people feel about this. I look in the chat and they're saying he's spitting facts. You know, this kind of hits 100% truth. Video games saved my life, and I think this is very relatable to a lot of men. I don't know, Phoenix. First, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, as far as the idea of when you're in a game, you're a part of the game. It's escapism. You are accepted. You are. It's okay to have achievements that you don't necessarily have IRL.
Yeah, this doesn't apply to me because I'm celebrated everywhere I go, all the time, 24 hours a day. No, I actually, believe it or not, like I've heard this sentiment many, many times, even from my friends who have big families that are working 2 jobs. And they've said on many occasions that video games is the only place where they actually feel like they're getting somewhere in life and that they're applauded for what their achievements are. Like, I've heard this several times before, and it's really sad. It's really, really sad. And I'm surprised a lot of times in these situations that in their cases, their wives are kind of not giving them that support that they need, because it's a good family, but it's just a reoccurring theme. Men typically don't get applauded for much.
It's like it's their obligation to do everything, you know, and not being recompensated. Like, it's really, really terrible. Like, and I would say that not only the men are celebrated in games, but also rewarded. But actually, nowadays at least, games are kind of losing the parts of the rewarding, you know? Games nowadays, at least, most of what I've been seeing coming out are not. At least I feel like it's a general sense, like either men or women playing these games nowadays, they don't feel so rewarding anymore. They are feeling more and more like less rewarding to be played. And of course, this has a lot of factors in it, microtransactions and blah blah blah, a lot of stuff that we already talk about very much on this channel. So let's keep going, because the topic of today's video is not about it. Yes, I'm learning, guys. I'm learning to not lose the focus on the matter. Yes, I'm trying my best.
Gigi, you're married.
Yeah.
Your husband is literally playing behind you.
Oh, that's not my husband.
oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah,
it's just a friend. It's okay.
Okay. Well, are you married?
Oh,
I am. I'm married to Gamer's Error.
Okay. So
did we catch an awkward moment? Is your friend?
Yeah. Yeah, it was very, at least the way she made it sound, made it all very much like awkward than it should.
It's like the Coldplay meme all over again.
Let's go.
I can close those doors
here for GG. No, but you know, I'll open it up to the ladies, right? Just video games and men, they both.
By the way, I'm not familiar with any of these. I don't watch side-scrollers very often. I usually watch side-scrollers when Leaflet is on side-scrollers. So yeah, I don't know. I only know this guy because he's always on the videos. Yeah, the others I don't notice very much. I maybe have seen the others from time to time, but I think I see Leaflet. I see Leaflet and this one only, mostly. I don't even remember his name, to be honest.
Been demonized over the last little bit. All right, Des, you're married, obviously. I don't know what are your thoughts on what that guy was saying as far as feeling accepted?
Well, I think that humans want to feel very validated and needed, and especially in a marriage, it goes both ways. I think women want to feel that, men want to feel that. I think it's important to always show that to your spouse. I feel like I do have a lot of friends where I see unhappy marriages, and a lot of times it is. I feel for the guys. So I think there is. I don't know if it's women seemed unappreciated for maybe their things that they were doing as mothers and keeping the household running for so long, and then like the pendulum, just has swung, and but like really you just have to have balance. Like isn't that hard? Honestly, I think I'm good at this. I think I'm very good at like telling people why they matter and why why you should appreciate them. I don't think it's that hard. I wish people just be better. Be better.
I don't know, Mally, you have any thoughts on this and what the preacher was saying there?
Yeah, no,
This
I
video's kinda
really agree
looking
with what
bit
Desiree was saying. I feel like
awkward.
I
I don't
also
know
relate, and I
why.
have several just kind of people in my circles, and
I mean, there's always this weird, strange, like silence after they stop talking. Like it's a long silence that makes everything looks awkward, maybe more than it should look like. I don't know. It's just a feeling that I'm having. I don't know why, but it's feeling really awkward. It's the same feeling I had, almost the same feeling I had on that video that I was reacting to Asmon talking about Hassan. Do you guys remember that? That I was feeling very, very uncomfortable watching that. Like, I really felt like something very terrible, very bad. Like, I know you guys gonna make fun of me for saying this, but a very terrible energy, energy flowing out of that video. That I'm feeling kind of the same here. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't know. It's just not feeling good. But it's not in the same level as that video was. That was probably the video that I felt that the most.
my acquaintance's life that I unfortunately do also feel for the guys, because it seems as though like and I know I'm a culprit of this too. I'm not going to just void myself of it. I think we're human. We all slip into it. There's this like level of complacency maybe that everybody gets to where, you know, the things that you were once appreciative of, you become expectant of. And that can really start to take a toll on the relationship. And so kind of like Desiree was saying, is like, if she wasn't being appreciated enough, pendulum is going to swing. She's not going to make him feel appreciated enough. So it is a balance. You need both. And, I feel like I have also known people who heavily depend on video games to just keep them going each day. Like that is the only reason they're not completely depressed. And I think this connects to that heavily because there's just not enough support in real life from the people
I knew
around
people
you
like that.
giving you that celebration that you need to keep going in the real world.
I think,
to be honest, in some parts, in some level, I'm still like that. Like, I need my hobbies to keep me going because my country, you guys know I don't want to dig on that again. I've been talking this quite often. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I don't know. I don't want. You guys know the situation. So yeah, to cope with the reality, to forget all my problems and everything, I'm always try to immerse myself in manga, anime, games, whatever it is, like whatever it is that I find interesting, so I can like just distract my mind of stuff, like of life in general, of being here, you know. That's it. That's it. And when I'm doing nothing of this, I'm just like hanging out, which I rarely do, but sometimes I have to. But yeah, like it's not like I have to. Depends on the person. Why? For example, when I'm with my parents, I enjoy to hang out. But when I'm usually with people from the neighbor, I just do more like an obligation, like if it was a mandatory stuff. So it's not fun. I don't know, because, you know, like we have to fake at least to be part of all of this sometimes. Because, yeah, we live in a society and you don't want to have a huge X on your back for like feeling you're not living in a society. So that's what I try to do, interact with people sometimes, you know, forced to like, oh no, I never learn. I went out of the topic of this video again. Oh my God, I've never learned.
Escapism, we all, you know, appreciate escapism at times, but the danger with escapism is sometimes you don't address the actual problems, and you can just be too long in that land of escapism instead of like maybe having a serious conversation with your spouse, or you know, or looking at a different job if you don't feel fulfilled there, or whatnot. But that's a scary thing to do, and so I feel like if anyone's in that situation, that, you know, and like it's great to have your ways where you can escape, but you don't want that to be your life. You can't. You still have control over your own life and your decisions.
100%.
What about you, chat? Like, have you guys ever? I mean, it's a lot of people feel that video hit with them, and that's kind of why I wanted to bring it up. You know, get your thoughts on this. Do you guys ever feel like video games is the only place that you can turn? I think that's also why people enjoy sports. It's an escape. It gives you something to root for and cheer and give high fives and have a little bit of masculinity and testosterone. When the guy dunks the ball or scores the touchdown, you feel together, you know, and that's the same type of thing as when you get down and when you're playing Call of Duty, when you're playing, you know, whatever with your bros, gives you that escape, the opportunity to be successful, the opportunity to win or lose and get laughed at or whatever it may be. And I think that's why games are so important. And that's something that I think it's really, I don't know, it gets pushed under the rug a lot oftentimes when it comes to the conversation about like why games are important. So
it can be a very healthy outlet. But like anything, if you do it too much, it can actually harm you more than help you. So and where that lies is different for each person.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think all you have to do is, if you have not complimented your boyfriend, your husband in a long time, and you don't want to ever do it again, just do this one sentence. You're covered for probably a decade. Just say, boy, howdy, you have the biggest dick I've ever seen, and you are covered for a decade. Even if it's micro, just lie.
Real quick, sorry, Phoenix, we do. Blab's over here taking notes. You look like she's taking.
I just time coded that. I just time coded 1 hour 23:18.
Yeah, if you guys would please clip that and go ahead whenever
right
somebody
above.
goes
Phoenix
online.
and dicks.
Yeah, whenever
Oh my God.
whenever somebody goes online on like X or something and post like a gameplay clip or maybe just revving their engine or something, feel free to take that clip and let's make that a meme of Phoenix saying, "Boy howdy, your dick is so big." That will probably be clipped as well with the nice Rumble logo in the background.
You're welcome.
Yeah, now I know why this video was posted here. Like 2 people asking for clip this part. So yeah, this is how this video was created, I guess.
Nice. All right, let's go and move on. Because while
Because
men
of
may feel good
Dior.
about things, this next story is about how women, according to a study, are experiencing guilt while playing video games. This is a very important study, Blabs, that you discovered. And,
Actually, I can't take the credit for this one. This
Guilt?
was Melee K who sent this to me yesterday saying, look at this. So it
Wow.
wasn't me. It was actually K who sent it. So thank you, K.
Kay,
We love Kay.
big ups. Thank you very much. Always a great part of the show. But let's go and get to this very important, riveting story about, we have all these women here.
How?
It says women experience
I
guilt, shame,
don't
and
see this
exclusion in
happen.
gaming, study finds. But
Oh,
if you
yeah, this
read
post.
the
Yeah,
little
I made
text
a
in there,
video
what
about
exactly does that
this.
say, Blabs?
It says researchers surveyed 1,000 women of all ages across the UK who play mobile
my God.
games.
Yes. So
Mobile games. And the best part about this, and I can't take credit because I thought it was so funny, but this
I still find so weird to call mobile game players like gamers to begin with, you know. It's, oh God, I just don't like mobile games. I just don't like mobile
says
games.
she's really dedicated using a
They are usually so bright and with so lack of menus and stuff, and usually so everything's so shiny, so just to like make you open your wallet and spend everything. And also I find very difficult in playing on the smartphone. That's it. It's not for me. Also, the smartphone gets hot and the battery life is widely reduced if you play frequently. There is that as well, because yeah, that's how lithium works. That sucks. And also it's not fluid, at least in my phone and majority of people's phone in my country.
controller to play Candy Crush and House Decoration Simulator.
For real.
There is something to that. Okay, hey, question for Mally, GG. Do y'all feel that mobile
Too much
games
data
are,
as well.
quote unquote,
Mobile
video
data
games, like real
of
video
internet.
games?
No.
I'm sorry. Okay. I feel like there are two sides to this. I
Uh-oh,
feel
here we go.
like as an art, like yeah, because you designed and programmed an animated, visual, playable thing. Yes, it's a game. Like, you know what I mean? Would I call the people that do them gamers? No, because I feel like that is just
I don't feel anything
grown-up
like
iPad
that.
babies. And they're not really actually like you got to sit in front of a PC or with a controller and fucking hash it out on the same level for hours before you can call yourself a gamer. And it's not a mobile game. It's not going to bring you that.
It's like a subcategory.
Yes,
You
you
have to
say that,
specify
yes.
mobile gamer, mobile
Mhm.
gaming.
I
You
agree,
have to
I
say
agree.
mobile. You have to, because
Yeah.
they're not the same whatsoever.
I agree.
No.
I agree.
People are like, oh, mobile games aren't video games. I mean, well,
Uh-huh,
actually, they are. You
based,
just have to.
based,
It's a subcategory. You can't
based.
just be generic and general about it. So
No, because you don't picture a kid with their phone in their face when you say gamer. I knew a kid
Yeah.
in school who was legally blind, and he would hold his iPad to his face like this
Oh my
and
God.
play
Oh,
like
what?
that square Geometry Dash. He would play Geometry Dash, and he would literally have to look at the screen like that because he was legally blind. So that's not what I think of when I hear the word
Oh
gamer.
my God.
And that's not the way it's portrayed online either, right? When you or any sort of mainstream news narrative, like if NBC, CBS, Fox News, whatever, was going to do a story about, these video games, they're bad for you, it would all be about Call of Duty. It would all be like go down the line, right? But when you look at what the ESRB says about gamers, they say that 50% of video gamers are women. We all know that stat is bullshit. I've talked about that on the show many times. I think that is probably closer to 80% are men that play the traditional hardcore console PC games, with it being the inverse from the mobile perspective of like 80% of women are playing the mobile games, and that's how you get your 50%. But that's the problem, is that's not how games are portrayed by the mass media. And otherwise, when you look up like gamer online and you look for a generic image of it, it's never.
Because gamer journals are not gamers. It's simple as that.
It's always a guy.
Journals are not gamers.
And I don't know. It's amazing, but I think it is important to kind of dig into this statistics over.
It's like becoming a journal makes you antagonic, makes antagonist to be a gamer. Like, oh my god. Oh my
Here,
god.
Blabs. Do you have the actual study pulled up so we can dig into what exactly they found?
Yeah, the entire article, I have it.
Well, we'll have some exceptions, like the guys from Gothic Therapy. I like the articles on the Park Place. Very nice. Shout outs for you guys.
Yeah, let's go and read through some of that so we can get some full context.
Okay, so here it is. All right, so they surveyed 1,000 women of all ages across the UK, and down here it
Master
says
of
significant
TDS.
numbers. It says, for
Well,
example,
by the way, it does point out. It says UK who play mobile games, the most popular way for women to play.
Yep.
Right?
Oh.
Something we all know. Right there at the top. Right there. Yes. Sorry. Go ahead. Continue, please.
Where was that? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, so for example, younger players are more likely to feel guilty about playing video games, with those aged 16 to 24 being 3 times more likely to strongly agree that they feel guilty about taking time to play than those aged 55 and up. I guess the 55 and up just don't give a fuck anymore then.
They're the ones
True.
with Candy Crush.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Zoom in for you guys.
Okay, hold on. At the top, it says the study shows many women feel excluded from video game culture, with significant numbers of women feeling guilty about playing video games. Well, what's wrong with that? I mean that like.
Yes, I reacted to this. I think it was a Lana video that I reacted about this topic, and I've said exactly this. Like, they want to evade the games and change this to become like something that they enjoy, but they don't enjoy that. And as soon as the people that were there before move to another place, it starts the cycle again. Like, that sucks, man. That has to stop. This is bullshit.
If I was to go to a cooking class that 8 out of
Why
10
we're still
people in
taking
are
this
women,
serious?
like
These people, this
or
weird
whatever,
people.
pick whatever stereotypical.
It's not just women, it's woke. It's woke in general. Because like women like me and like they on Sidescrollers are not like that. It's not women or wokies. It's different. It's feminist, it's LGBTQ blah 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 blah, blah plus, and etc. It's these people.
Woman activity it is. If I was to feel excluded from that culture that is traditionally a female oriented thing, what's the issue with that? I don't feel like there's any issue with that at all. Am I off on this? I feel like we've talked about this before. There are traditional male spaces and there are traditional female spaces, and there's nothing wrong with that. So yes, I would feel excluded, and you know what? Probably okay. That's fine. I don't know. How do y'all feel about that?
There's nothing wrong with like a majority being men, and I don't know why we should take it personally as women that we're the minority, because most of the time, let's just be honest here, most of the time when we're playing with other people, they're usually friendly. We're not the target audience. And honestly, most of the games that I see, I don't want them to completely cater to me as a woman, because then I won't play them. Maybe I went too far off on that, but I like
you can never
gore.
go too far. Keep going. Keep
I like
going. You
gore.
can never go too far.
I prefer gore, and honestly, I don't want to play a cooking game because I'm cooking 3 times a day, sometimes 4. I'm cooking 3 square meals. I just want to veg out, maybe, drop kick some zombies. Doesn't sound, what is it called? I lost my momentum. I do that sometimes.
GG.
And I think it's the same. It's probably the same for the guys as well. Like, they go to games like Call of Duty and stuff like that to kill people because they cannot kill people in reality, you know?
Question. Do you make sandwiches?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. And the entire chat is upset that you are actually married. All right.
So it's the inverse. Like, because they cannot kill people, they go to a game to kill people, you know? And then, like, she doesn't want to play a cooking game because she cooked 3 times a day. Like, it's the same. It's the same thing. It's
All
the
right,
same thing.
thank you.
You want to avoid reality at all costs in games. That's it. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. You want to live a different reality. That's it. That's just it. You don't go to a game to see the same fucking terrible, horrible reality that you have outside, you know. You want a escapism. That's it. It's all about escapism. It's different for everyone. It's different from each one. That's why there is a huge variety of stuff. Of course, some cater to a huge group. Oh my God, to bigger groups than others. But there is things for everyone.
Mally, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah.
You don't have to change something that you don't like just because you're being ashamed online, you're being bullied. Just go play something else that you enjoy then, if you have a problem with that. Don't try to change everything for you. Just find something else yourself that you like. That's it.
I really agree with what Gigi said of just like, you know.
For example, I don't like ZZ anymore. I just don't. The game for me became terrible. People will try to convince me, but it's their opinion. Mine, it sucks already. I don't want to play that anymore. I will not play anymore. It's simple as that. I will not try to change the game for me. No, I'm out.
There is no such thing as like being excluded or left out of it. Like being uncomfortable is healthy for you. I don't know how many people hear that in their life, but I think it needs to be said a lot more. Being uncomfortable is healthy. It challenges you to try new things. You're not being hurt. You can monitor yourself. Uncomfortable is not pain. That is just different, and that's why you're uncomfortable. And so putting yourself in a space with primarily men or women when that's not what you're used to is good for you. And I think, I mean, a majority of my team is men, and that's just because that's the atmosphere that I'm in. But they have always supported me and made sure that I had everything I have. So it's about the energy that you bring to the table. And if you're just trying to have a good time.
The table again. No.
That's you were kind of shaking your head.
I think that's absolutely spot on. That was great. Yeah, you can't have growth without stepping out of your comfort zone. But I was really interested in the guilt aspect of that. And I was just thinking, like, I would imagine the guilt must come from it just being a mobile game, because you probably, you're doing it out.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of like maybe setting aside a time, like, in your day where you're in front of a TV and gaming, I think like the temptation to probably over game must be there a lot on mobile. And so maybe that guilt is actually something you should be feeling. Like maybe it is taking away from being present during your life.
Well, so there's actually a lot in this article here. This is Dr. Sean Roberts, who researches gaming at Cardiff University. By the way, nice gig. Said, when I ask people if they play video games, women often say no. But if I ask about playing video games on mobile, many of them suddenly say yes. It's like they have an idea.
Yes, because it's not the same thing. And they realize it somehow.
What a real gamer is in their heads. And they don't feel like they meet that ideal. Well,
exactly, because they're not.
Because they're not.
That's so stupid.
Like,
Who cares?
I there's a reason why they probably feel guilt in this situation, because they realize that while they are playing video games, they're not a traditional gamer. They're not. So,
well, I guess I was just confused over like, what are they feeling guilty over? Like, do they address that at all?
What the fuck is this article?
Well, it says 16% keep gaming a secret from friends or family for fear of judgment. Judgment from their family.
I don't know about anybody personally who's afraid of being judged for what games they play. I do know people that maybe would be afraid to be judged for like wasting their time, much like Desiree said.
Yes.
Like it's very accessible. I know women typically probably have, because they aren't as many gamers or as much of gamers, maybe they have.
Yeah, I have to agree with that more or less. Like, a kind of huge amounts. I mean, the people I know, I'm not even. I don't like to call friends because I don't consider them my friends. Yeah, acquaintances. Like, I would say like 70 or 80% of them don't know I play games. Yeah, so I kind of agree
more
with this.
day-to-day responsibilities. I know I feel guilty if I'm sitting in here on my computer when I know I should be cleaning the house or some shit, you know what I mean? So maybe it's that like self-imposed guilt of like I shouldn't be wasting my time on this. But yeah.
Before we go any further, I want to take this brief moment here to thank all of you, my patrons, that support my work here on YouTube, and especially my Three-Tailed Fox tier members, Heath Rowell, Wallen Wolf, Fenny Sylvy, and Zalost, for the incredible support to my work. Thank you very, very much. You guys are amazing. Also, thanks to all of you who supported me through Ko-Fi or Tron. Thank you very, very much. You can support this channel life and growth with just $5 a month and gain access to many perks. This is less than a burrito. Check out my Patreon. Link is in the description below. But I think if it's own about that, men probably have that as well. They might be worried with themselves like, oh, I'm playing too much video games and not working to provide family or something like that. I don't know, probably. So yeah, that's it. The video is it. It's not that much, but I hope you enjoyed anyway. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and check the list below. And I'll see you all guys in the next one. Bye.